after when the credits started rolling, we heard that music. Jeremy looked to me. He's like, "This is like one of my favorites."
Yeah,
that's a lot, man. I mean, you got 8 in the series. This would be the 9th one.
Yeah,
that's saying a lot. Man. What's going on, Flicks Talkers? Welcome back to another movie review. This time for Spiral from the Book of Saw.
Yes.
So let me clarify, guys, because I didn't know up until like a couple of days ago. Would you say it's a spin-off or was it in the same universe? Because they do mention John Kramer, guys. I consider this a sequel. The way it seemed like it was like a sequel almost.
Yeah, it's like a sequel, same universe, definitely.
Yeah, we are going to get into it, guys. Spoiler free, so don't worry about it. If you guys haven't seen the movie yet, we're going to try to persuade you either to watch this movie or not watch this movie based on our spoiler free review. All right, that being said, make sure you guys are hitting big thumbs up on these videos, to like the video, to spread these videos to those that aren't subscribed, and if you yourself aren't subscribed, consider doing so today. All right, guys, so what did we think about this movie, which was brought to us, produced by Mr. Chris Rock and starring Chris Rock as well.
Seeing Chris Rock from, I like seeing his more serious side, after the season of Fargo.
Yeah.
His last season of Fargo.
Oh, that's right. I was going to ask you, what has he done that was serious? Because I've never seen it.
Fargo. Fargo.
Yeah, so I mean, we definitely get to see the more serious aspect of Chris Rock, even though, to me, just being funny is naturally in his bones.
Yeah, he's naturally a funny guy.
Yeah, sure. So whether it come off just like a dialogue that's like more sarcastic, in this movie he plays someone that's like really hardened. We find out he's had like a really shitty like cop life.
I will say cop upbringing.
Sam Jackson plays his father, which I thought was pretty good casting. I kept thinking the whole time, I was like, how far are they in age in real life?
They got to be pretty close, to be honest. Chris Rock's
maybe like a 15-20 year difference. Maybe
Chris Rock's in his 50s
at the most,
and Sam Jackson's maybe 72.
Oh, is he in his 70s?
I think he's like late 60s, maybe early 70s.
So it could happen. I mean, if you had him like at 18.
Maybe. If you had him young.
Yeah, sure. it could definitely work. I mean, it wasn't like implausible. Chris Rock is kind of in the forefront as far as like the big name actors.
Yeah, Chris Rock's the main
for this movie. Guy, for sure. And he does play someone who, they do go over his backstory, guys. He is not liked or favored at the police precinct.
Yeah, no, he's not. They give him a hard time, a lot of roasting, a lot of snickering. Nobody takes him serious. Just like when he enters a room, just, people like separate and then they just talk shit and snicker. And...
But then you gotta see the reasoning for all of this, which also ties into our Jigsaw copycat, our Spiral killer. I think it's safe to say a Spiral killer now.
Yeah, Spiral.
Yeah, which is kind of a cool name.
Yeah.
So instead of adopting the Jigsaw puppetry, we get our own puppetry of a pig now.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Which I thought was kind of cool. So how do you compare that to the Jigsaw? Is that more creepy, or do you think it's kind of its own separate entity?
Yeah, I think they're both pretty damn creepy. I wouldn't want to see either one at midnight down an alley, Yeah, but they're both like, it's just got that creepiness, It's when you see somebody a pig mask or a pig mask just in your face, you're just like, all right, that's enough, I'm done.
Yeah, and there was a lot of dead pigs in this movie, I will say that, man. And that was kind of the calling card, which was cool. I mean, to see as far as this person that was a copycat killer, because we've seen it before. I don't want to give spoilers if you haven't seen the Saw franchise, guys, but after 3, it becomes a copycat killer. So they had like 8 of these movies, right? Before this one.
They had like 7 or 8.
Yeah. So these movies do, I don't know if they do financially well, but there is like a horror cult following, I think, for it.
I think they do pretty good financially. I mean, and there's definitely a cult following, especially, the first 3, in my opinion, were really good. Really good. No, I agree to that. I got to go back and watch like 4 through 8 or whatever. I got to go back and watch those. It's been a while. But...
Yeah, it really has been a while. That's why I was kind of like, oh, did they, have I seen more brutal saw traps? And we'll get to the saw traps in a second, guys. But once again, I would say personally that this is a sequel. There's a lot of people that say this is a spin-off. So you take it kind of out how it is, guys, or how it was presented online. I don't know if they talk about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But they do reference the old copycat killer of Jigsaw himself, played by Tobin Bell. John Kramer. So that being said, to me, it's a sequel, guys. It was a really good sequel, and just an addition to this Saw world. So it is called The Book of Saw. This got me excited again because it's been such a long time. Remember, every year, like it was
every year is like a Saw movie.
When you know it's when it's Halloween time, you know it's Saw.
If it's Halloween, it must be Saw.
Saw season or whatever it's called.
Yeah, dude. It's Saw 6, you know. This time it's bigger than a house, you know.
That was so much fun, especially going to the theaters. And then we got a delay of all those movies since they stopped them. And then obviously, you know, theaters shut down. And it's like, man, we haven't seen such a good, you know. Is it weird that a Jigsaw movie is coming out in May? As opposed to October?
It's crazy, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But
yeah, it is a little weird. I mean, but watch this at night because then you'll get those creepy vibes. It doesn't matter if it's October or night. Horror movies are always appreciated and fun, just kind of throughout the whole, you know, the year and whatnot. So and maybe at least for us. So let's jump to the traps, my friend. So the traps for this one. We saw quite a few. Obviously, these movies always start off. Guys, I did see, if you guys have checked out my channel recently, I did see the opening scene. So I already told Jeremy, I was like,
cheater.
I know, I cheated. I cheated a little bit. I told him, I said, you know what, I actually did see this on YouTube. They uploaded the 3-minute opening scene or whatever like that. That being said, it was cool to see it again on the big screen. Everything else after that, they were really
They're
brutal.
all pretty much stuck in my head. And they were all really brutal, really realistic, and
I don't think they showed them in the trailer. I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. And it's just like,
which was good.
You see some of this stuff, and you know, it just made me cringe, like in pain. Like I was feeling pain. Like I was just like,
yes.
God, it was just horrendous.
A lot of body dismemberment stuff, guys. That makes you just kind of like, you know, like, ugh, if that was being done to me, you know, how that would feel. And they pulled it off. The gore looked great as usual. I got the Saw trap vibes as far as, you know, like the panic, the terror in their face, obviously. The one thing I did notice, was there no timers for this? Because remember how it's like, you have 1 minute to do this.
There was.
Was there? I didn't see
I don't know if it was an actual timer, but he said a couple times, like, you got 90 seconds, or this is going to close on you. Or you got, you know, 2 minutes to do this, you know, like the others. But
I think when they physically show a timer, when they literally show a timer, it adds to the intensity a little bit more. At least that's just kind of for me. And that's
like
always
you're waiting for a bomb to go, you know, you're kind of a granade or something.
Which one? Cut the blue wire, the green wire. No, the other green. You know, totally. Type of thing. But that's just a huge part of the Saw franchise too, is the timer. So I think if they would have shown that a little more, but that's like a little nitpicky. The Saw traps, I absolutely loved them.
Yeah, no, I loved them. They were really good, really good,
very effective.
Yes,
very intense and effective.
Very intense. I was like, you know, and I got a strong, you know, stomach, and we love horror movies and everything. But I think it's the realistic factor of, like, you know, this isn't like Jason or Michael Myers going around. You know, this is like, hey, there you go, plug, show it up. But
shout out to Michael.
But yeah, you know, it's the realisticness of it, and you know, and like what happens to your body and stuff, and you're just like, you know, it's just
like,
very
dude,
cringy.
I cry in pain when I stub my toe.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Imagine trying to rip it off.
That's the worst, bro. That's the worst. You ever step on a Lego?
Oh god. Yes, I have. Worst pain ever.
Worst pain ever.
No, but they were very effective, and I will say this: the trailer did a really good job, guys. So even if you guys see it or choose not to see it, I will let you know the trailer doesn't really let you know who they're killing or who they're going after or the reasoning for it. Because if you guys know the lore of Jigsaw, he puts people in these and they even let it be apparent in the first movie. He doesn't kill people. People kill themselves in this movie.
No, it's like they have like all the others, they have a choice. They have an option.
It's a painful option.
It's going to be extremely excruciatingly painful, and you know, lasts the rest of your life probably. Or you know, the latter. And
there has been Saw survivors, guys, along the series. So I'm sure a lot of people are like, yeah, we're just going for the kills, but some of these people actually do survive. And there is a specific group in this movie that they do target. Not going to say who it is as far as you know, our new serial killer aspect goes. So that being said, we got the acting out of the way. We got the Saw kills. Storyline. Did you like the storyline of kind of how, without giving any spoilers away from beginning to end, of kind of where it went?
Oh yeah, I love the storyline. I love this kind of storyline of how it was. And I don't want to say anything too much, to spoil it.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the storyline.
Almost like in the vein of like a 7.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like a more gritty 7.
Yes.
I know we're not going to gripes yet, but if I had any gripes, I would say this movie wasn't long enough. And I never say that about movies.
I was thinking the same.
It was kind of moving along a little too quick.
Yeah.
And I was like, if they maybe added another like 15 minutes, like it would have flowed. It would have flowed a little better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have been mad at it.
No, yeah. It did seem a little short. That's what I was thinking too.
I think it's only an hour and a half, hour 33 or something like that. But it was extremely cool, and I really did like seeing Chris Rock in a role like this. I just kept in my head, I kept saying, "Wow, I hope he has a couple more of these in him." As far as continuing this, he was good the comedy route and stuff like that.
Yeah, he had some comedy. He threw in some one-liners and stuff like that. They were pretty funny. But it shows his diversity and how he can still just come out and throw a comedy bit. Not like slapstick or not like you're watching Grown Ups or anything, but he can say something and you'd be like, oh, that's pretty funny, right? But then he just goes, bam, serious, just like he does in Fargo, and I think he was just completely serious with that. But
up until the end, once the credits rolled, I was hitting Jeremy on the leg.
You're dancing, bro.
Yeah, I was dancing because they play the
song,
the 21 Savage. It's called Spiral, which I heard on Spotify a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I was kind of at first, I was like, how much rap songs are they going to implement into this? Because sometimes it kind of pulls away from that horror vibe a little bit. But they only threw a couple in there, and they were like in necessary scenes. Like one at the beginning when there was like some heist going on, once in the car, and then one at the end, I think. Then throughout the movie, we got actual like a horror score. Which was fine, which was good. It was a good balance. The characters that I didn't know, I didn't know their names at all. They did fine. The cops and stuff like that. But didn't know the actors, but they did good.
I thought the acting was fine. I have no complaints on the acting. Everybody seemed believable and everything. So I really enjoyed it. Like you said, just for me, it's just I wish it was 15-20 minutes longer. I think it was just because how intense it was and how fast it moved. It may have just seemed shorter than what it was short, but it was like it just seemed like it just went by just so fast.
But I thoroughly had a really good time. I think if you guys do like those like 7 detective type films, like Fargo, like you even said, or like a True Detective, something like that, I think you would enjoy this. And obviously, if you're a horror fan, there's a lot of gore along the way that they do tackle.
Very, very gory, very gory.
Yeah, there was some things in there. I'll tell you off screen, or off camera, that I was like, it's kind of crazy that they're showing this on a big screen. A couple kills they're showing on the big screen that I don't,
some of it, I was just like,
you know what I mean?
They're really.
It's kind of crazy that there's a mainstream audience, and there was groups of people there that were there. And
it was funny because like I said, because we're really like, it doesn't really bother us a lot like gore in a natural sense, but it's like in this, I guess you go back to the realism, and every time I saw something happen to somebody, I was just like, you
feel the pain.
And then the people next were just like, ooh, and that means it's doing its job, and that's what it's there for. It's a good, horror movie.
Another thing I just remembered too, there is a couple of nods to the original Saw, which I did like in the movie. I'll just say that. I mean, Saw, the original. What year was that? 2003?
Yeah,
I could be wrong. Early 2000s.
It was either 03 or 4.
Yeah. So when that came out, that was so innovative.
Oh yeah, I remember that just like.
And one of the biggest twists I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that blew up, man.
That really blew it out the water.
Yeah.
And after when the credits started rolling, we heard that music. Jeremy looked to me. He's like, "This is like one of my favorites."
Yeah. No, that was definitely this. I'd have to say this and the first one.
That's a lot, man. I mean, you got 8 in the series. This would be the 9th one. Technically. So I mean, that's saying a lot.
And it could be maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm like partial because I'm a big Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson fan.
Yeah.
Like, I like those two guys a lot.
They both did really, really good. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we had also mentioned too that I think Sam Jackson just has like in his contract to say the MF word like every couple of lines.
I think he does. I think it's like the Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. Like, you expect it. Every movie you go into now of Sam Jackson,
yeah,
you gotta hear it. You gotta hear it. You know?
he did a good job of playing the father. They showed a couple of flashbacks when they were younger, and the intensity. That's the thing too, is that they both were very intense individuals. The father and Chris Rock, the son. Yeah. They did a good job of like playing these dedicated cops, man. That they were just like, they knew that they were gonna dedicate their life to this, whether they have a family or not. They had like a rage inside of them, like to either protect the police force at all costs, and it was believable.
No, it was.
It was super believable, and I enjoyed it. I really just enjoyed. So, I mean, we're almost 20 minutes into this. I'm just gonna give my final score. If you don't have any, do you have any other thoughts on it?
No, I was just saying, if you get a chance to see it in theater, definitely see it in theater if you can.
I think it's only in theaters right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely see it.
Go out if you guys can, mask up, and
highly recommend it.
And go have a good time.
Yes.
Once again, horror or crime fans, guys. Yeah. So I will just jump to my score. I'm gonna give this a solid 4 out of 5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
yeah, I was gonna say I give it about 4.5.
4.5 out of 5.
More 4.5.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool, man. Yeah, this is a super high score. I definitely want to add this and rewatch it again.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, because if you guys have seen Saw movies, there's this like rapid editing style where it's just like, especially like when they're in the Saw traps, where it's like, you know, like they're just like trying to get out of it and whatnot. Yeah. I like rewatching those again because I try to always think like, okay, you got 90 seconds. Can you get out of this?
Yeah,
and,
like,
know,
hey,
or
let's look around. What figure something out? You know, try and solve the puzzle. You know,
exactly.
Like you're a detective. You know?
That's why I do like rewatching. You're playing detective, right?
Yeah, dude.
Taking notes and stuff. You could have got out this way, buddy.
Yeah.
You know,
just pay attention.
exactly. So I will definitely be adding this to my collection when it does come out, guys. And I was thoroughly impressed. I think. Keep these movies coming, man.
Yeah,
I will say keep these movies coming.
They're fun. For you know, especially this genre. It definitely did its job, and it was a lot of fun.
I love seeing the horror genre come back, man. I mean, we have Conjuring coming up next month.
Yeah,
Conjuring 3. You know, I can't wait for these horror movies to come back, and it's, you know, I'm not saying we have a lack of them, but I feel like the horror community is just not appreciated in theaters too much. Yeah. Like it's kind of on the back burner. Like you might get a couple of big titles throughout the year, but not as much as like an action. Obviously,
I'm looking forward to that new Halloween.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one as well.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Yeah.
But you guys let us know once you see Saw, or if you haven't seen it, what did you guys think about our review down in the comments below? And if you guys did appreciate our review, please hit that big thumbs up to like the video, and make sure to hit that subscribe and bell notification. Also, if you guys are a fan of movie and entertainment news, I do post that daily on my social medias on Instagram and Twitter, so follow down in the description below. All right, guys, till next video, we're gone.
Bye.
Peace.